That's a recipe for hooks and shanks. Your job today is to change your skill level. Yeah, but did it feel like you had to like
no, I didn't feel like
drop it?
I just kind of went back and then
follow the line, yeah?
Well guys, welcome back to the channel. Right, today, obviously you see my first lesson, it was going really well. Now we're moving on to something that I really do not want to move on to, and I've said it in the past, when a pro or someone teaching you says drop it on the inside. I hate it. But it's something I've been avoiding for ages. I can't hit a draw, I can hit a fade, but the danger is if I can't get this under control, I'm going to have worse bad shots, and golf's about misses. So I want to have a good bad shot. To do so, I need to come a little bit more, not a lot, like 2 degrees more from the inside, but we're going to have to address it. So here it is. This is me trying to come from the inside. Chris, let's go.
So what we're going to do to start with is we're going to just simply try and exaggerate, right? So we want to move 2 degrees from the inside.
Okay.
Gaz is very zeroed out, maybe -1 as a blueprint. But that -1 can quickly turn into -3 or 4. Then he hits pull draws or starts to get a bit fadey, especially with the longer stuff. So for him to learn to be, say, stock 2, 3 from the inside, which we would like to see for a push draw pattern, we're going to have to push it to maybe 5 or 6, understanding a playable feel that doesn't feel like you're dropping it on the inside, that you can draw on if you do find yourself falling back to your old ways, right? Yeah. So to start with, we're just going to use a very simple visual aid, all right? I'm going to play around with a couple of little push shots. So we're going to adopt the setup that we did in the last video. So ball position slightly back, handle slightly forward, etc., because we know that's low hanging, further back than that. Okay, right, and then swing up. So what we're going to do is just to start with, swing up to the top and stop in. So your new backswing position where it's straight, hands feel close, so thing feels comfortable. Right, stay there. Do you feel comfortable, yeah?
Yeah.
Nothing's changed?
Nope.
All I want you to do to start with is just feel like the club head is tracking that white
Inside
stick.
that.
And if you were to do that, right, not inside it, you're going to use it as a visual. So the club's going to come in, not do anything different, right? You haven't dropped it, have you?
No.
You're just going to feel the bit of metal, just that bit of metal at the end, following that stick, and you're going to hit it, and that's going to feel like you're going to push it to the right.
Yeah.
And all we want to do is we're going to divide this into 4 quadrants, and I want you to hit a few, so say for the mid, like that.
Yeah.
Just a few pushes into this top right quadrant, all right? And you're just going to chip it, all right?
Okay.
Okay, so just to start with, use that as a reference. Just chip one and just push it slightly. Go on. So now swing from the inside a little bit. Perfect. All right, so let's look at the path. I didn't pick it up. That would have read probably 5, 6, 7 from the inside.
Yeah.
Now, as the player, which is important for me to understand, what did you do there? What was your intention? You were like, what did you do?
Just followed the line.
Did it feel simple?
Yeah, but I just followed the line.
Yeah, but did it feel like you had to like
No, I didn't feel like
drop it?
I just kind of went back and then
follow the line, yeah?
Went like more that way.
Okay, you felt like you just followed the line a little bit. Now, to start with, we're going to do that. We're going to exaggerate again.
Yeah.
See if we can get a couple of regions off it. The big thing I work on with my elite guys is corridor, right? The corridor you start the ball in is super influential. When you start playing tighter golf courses, you can't start it miles offline, but you need to have a good level of awareness of where you're starting it. So if your intention on a particular shot is to draw it, it has to start right, bro. It has to. Okay, a bit too hard, but it's all right. So let's look at the path. So that was 1 degree from the inside. Okay. Right? So your job is not necessarily, and this is a massive lesson for people, not necessarily to change your technique today. Your job today is to change your skill level and awareness level and build on that. So put it this way, we've worked together, your technique was say level 1. Yeah. It's better than that when we first started, and now it's level 25, say. The technique is great, that's the mechanics. The precision, the awareness, the skill, that kind of stuff is what I would call a bucket of, say, underperformance, right? So this is very simple. I'm just saying, swing on a stick. So what I'm testing you is how good are you at feeling change? Yeah. Right? I haven't changed the technique, but I guarantee you it looks different. Okay, so what's the path say? Path says 0.2.
It's still 2.
So we've got to follow the line a bit more, but let me just have a little look at this. All right, the first move, what do we see there? We see a slight steepening and outward movement. Yeah, happy with that? Yeah. Right. The last one, we haven't done nothing different yet. Watch the difference. The backswing is identical. Ready? Downswing.
Yeah, inside the shoulder.
It's different, right?
Yeah.
It's more shallow, more from the inside. You haven't dropped it from the inside. No. You've just changed your intention. So
is my club like, obviously I'm probably coming here and then probably going this way a little bit. Should I literally take it hit the ball, then continue along that line?
No.
No.
So the goal swing is, like I said, it's this.
Yeah,
That's a recipe for hooks and shanks. So after you feel like it's come from in here, then you're going to hit it from the inside. Then you're going to just turn your hips and it's going to arc back around normally. Yeah. Don't add any more complexity to it. It's just the entry point, right? Nice and solid. Okay, very neutral. But even so, right, you feel like you're swinging on the line, your path is 0 now.
Yeah.
Right? So you can just see what your tendencies are, right? When you feel like you're swinging that way, you're 0.
Yeah, so I'm actually not.
So this time, try and swing, just play around with it, swing on that line. So it's way more from the inside. Yeah, just the entry point. Swing back neutral, and then track the white line coming into the ball. Just a little soft one, go on. It's going to feel like it starts way right. Right, well done. Watch. Oh, I didn't pick it up. Look at the ball flight.
Yeah.
So that is what I would consider an exaggerated push draw. Too much.
Yeah.
But if you can't do that on demand, you're never going to do a little one. Because you always drift the other way, right? Call it like a clock, right?
Yeah.
12, 1, 11,
Yeah.
right? So that's 12. I want to swing from 1. That's it. So if I want it to draw, so this is how I'd set it to draw. Ball face slightly open, yeah, more than you would be.
Yeah.
Ball position, look at the yellow line. That's my draw setup.
Right.
Right, so that's where I would set up. I would make a normal backswing towards you. I'm not going in or out. I'm just going, everything's absolutely normal. And I'd feel like my entry point was 1 here. Right. I don't think about any of this. I just pivot through. Right. Yeah. So if I'd make that swing gently, right. So that is me trying to hit. That should be slightly from the inside. There you go. I've exaggerated. 5 degrees from the inside. If I want to hit fade,
You're probably more like 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
3 o'clock.
yeah, 2, not 2, you know,
o'clock,
half 1, 2. But I mean, I'm exaggerating, showing you. Then if I'm using this is awesome, right? So then I'd go, right, fade. I want to go more square, more middle or slightly forward. I'd play slightly forward. You can feel middle. Shaft is no longer forward. Now I just want to feel like I'm probably going on 12 o'clock. I don't ever want to see it out here.
Yeah.
You know, but the setup means I'm going to hit it later in the arc. So as long as I don't flip it, which is my tendency now, I don't know if I have flipped it, but the path will definitely be across with a tiny cut.
Yeah.
Get that on YouTube. All right. So I've just adjusted setup there and my intention of entry point. I've not really changed my swing at all. Nothing.
So like that's 12, 11.
That's 1. Yeah, 1 or 11. Yeah. So just feel like you go on 11. That's it. Feel simple. And even if you want to feel, mate, that you go, that's just straight normal 1. Okay. And on your draw swing, you go back on 1, down on 1, because you like going, because you like doing the same thing. So then you have to drop it or anything. Just go 1 there, back on 1, down on 1. That's it. That little rehearsal.
Left. Oh no, it's like we've moved it, haven't we?
That's the shape.
Yeah.
That's the shape. It's like mishit. But you see how, like,
It's 8 foot left in it.
my question is, does that feel simple to you?
Yeah.
You made a little setup adjustment and then you just think back on 11.
So then if I go for, like you said, with a fade.
Fade, yeah. For you, it's simple, isn't it?
So
now just go back straight, down straight.
Yeah, so it'll pretty much be.
Back on 12, down on 12. That's it. Sam. Tiny fade. That's lovely.
Yeah, I came down, so it come down like, not inside, but like there.
Yeah, square.
I just kind of came.
On top of it.
Yeah, a bit more on top of it, to be fair.
I'll be honest, like, you are the easiest guy to coach. It's so simple. Just go back there, down there, or that there, down there. Does that resonate with you, though? The key is, right, it's not about my information. It's about what resonates with you as a player.
Yeah.
If you want to draw it, play it back, handle slightly forward, and then just feel like you're going back on 11, down on 11. Yeah, there. And just everything else same.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Please draw. No.
But look at the path.
I know, it felt so good.
The path was 1.8 from the inside, right?
Yeah.
So we're happy with that. You made the path change. The face was a tiny bit open. That was flush again, wasn't it?
Yeah, it should be.
Okay. It's trying. It's trying. So again, look at the path. 3 degrees from the inside, 3.4.
Yeah.
Your job here, forget the face for a minute, that'll come. You'll get that because you're a good player. And your face isn't a problem, yeah?
Yeah.
Your job is to, when you want to move path, if you ask Rory McIlroy to swing left, 3 degrees-ish, he'll do that.
Yeah.
Swing right, 3 degrees, he'll do that. He might lose the face week on week. Tour players are always working face control. It's the easiest variable to change, hardest to maintain. But when you came in, you were trying to come from the inside, you were still swinging 2 degrees across it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You couldn't, your intention didn't match.
3 degrees.
Now you're trying to swing from the inside and you're swinging from the inside. Now the next one, Try and swing slightly across it, and I bet you do, because you know what you need to do.
Yeah.
So that means you've got some control, right? Which means you can then be a little bit more in control of what you're doing on the course. So this one, now do your stock fade pattern, but you're going to play the ball more middle, not so far back, shaft less forward, and you're going to feel like you swing back on 12 and down on 12. That's it, and don't change anything. It should feel like the same swing, just a slightly different line.
Oh, that's gone.
It's gone left, maybe. That's perfect, right? So look at your path.
Because we've moved the mat, so I'm thinking that went up.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Miles left.
So your path now, 2.6 across. The last one was 3.2 to the right.
Yeah.
So you've now, because you've shifted setup and intention, now remember this, we are certainly never saying, ever, unless you've got a natural plane shift, go out here to hit a fade.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Unless you, right? Because of how you move, you go back straight, you come down really straight, and you pivot, that hand path moving that way is going to produce the fade.
Yeah.
And then you draw one because that's harder for you. You change the setup, and you feel like you're not going inside, right? At all. You're still keeping the arms in front, but you're just allowing it to arc a bit more to 11.
Yeah.
And then down from 11. And it's just a shift in brain rather than swing. You haven't really done your swing, have we? Yeah, look at that.
That's the 9. That was the pitching wedges. That's the 7.
Yeah, well, that's you hit one. That one was left wide open. All of that, they're all playable.
And these are from 180 yards.
Yeah.
Right, that is the end of the lesson. So thanks for watching. You'll be pleased to know that Spain next week is the last Spain episode. Then we're back to normal. But yeah, thank you all for watching and sticking by me at a hard time. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you soon.